PLC Network here at CES 2020. I'm standing with Jason here with Samsung. Jason, you have some exciting news about 8K.
I do, but before I start talking about 8K, I'd like to talk about what our guests are introduced to when they first walk into the Samsung City here at CES 2020, which is our monstrous and beautiful 292-inch the wall modular micro LED display technology.
And it's actually made with those small little LED tiles that we actually covered this a little bit last year at CES.
That's right. Yeah, this is a bigger and better version of it. We've added some new processing techniques into how the micro LED technology works, and it's really expanded upon the display capabilities from the standpoint of more accurate, more lifelike and vivid color, and significantly more brightness. So when you're standing in front of it, you really feel like you're standing outside at the real world, looking at massive buildings, watching a football game from the stands. I mean, this technology is incredible. And being modular, it's also versatile. It doesn't have to be 292 inches. We're also showing a 150-inch version of the wall as well. So with the modular panel technology it's built on, it can really be customized to fit any particular space that anybody is looking for.
Fantastic. And now you also have some 8K TVs behind us as well.
That's right. 8K is a really big part of Samsung's display strategy and really where the industry is going as a whole. And this is our third year with 8K. And so what we're really excited to introduce this year is going to be a full lineup of 8K TVs. And what's behind me right here is going to be our flagship model, the 950 series. And aside from all the beauty that 8K resolution and 33 million pixels brings to life, Samsung has really expanded upon the benefit of 8K now with some advanced processing technologies and our quantum processor 8K. So everything that you already watch, whether it's streaming 4K from the internet or broadcast TV, Blu-rays, playing video games, you're going to get near 8K-like quality and 33 million pixels worth of detail and resolution and clarity from everything you already watch. And with this TV, the 950, we're taking the whole story of it beyond just how great the TV looks turned on with some new design enhancements. What you'll notice right here, if you can get close up on this, is how slim this TV is. 15 millimeters thin for the entire body of the TV is pretty incredible. The other thing you'll notice is that the screen covers 99% of the footprint of the TV. We've been able to eliminate that black matrix that stands as a barrier between the screen and the edge of the TV. So when you're watching this, you can completely get lost in what you're seeing on screen and not be distracted by any of the surroundings or the bezel of the TV, because it's all right there. Incredible 8K resolution right in front of you.
Absolutely, and it's amazing how quickly we've gotten to 8K, because there's still, a lot of consumers out there that are wondering when 4K is going to be the next standard, when it's completely going to replace 1080. It technically already has in many different ways, but before we've actually been able to completely get to that step, 8K is already starting to dominate.
Well, you look at what consumer preference in TV screens has become over the last few years. It's bigger screens and bigger screens and bigger screens. And when you're talking 75 inches, 85 inches and larger, that resolution story really becomes important to be able to maximize the viewing experience. And that's really where 8K comes into play. And much like when 4K was introduced, there wasn't any content at that point, but the TVs had the ability to scale HD resolution. Speaking of HD, when those TVs came out 10, 12, 15 years ago, there was no HD content. Those TVs were upscaling low resolution content. So it's the same story again, just done at a more magnified clip. And with the power of processing and technology as it's grown, we're really able to bring all those lower resolution formats to life. And much like we saw with those, 8K content will be here before we know it.
Oh, absolutely. Especially with some of the new lenses and everything coming out. We're going to see games, we're going to see everything being shot with the new 8K or in 8K content. Now, Samsung also has some exciting news about 5G as well.
Yes, we certainly do. So when you look at what 5G is going to bring to life in terms of speed and the ability, speaking of 8K content and other connected devices around the world, what we're going to be able to get from just a handheld device into our automobiles, onto our tablets, into our wearables, and into our TVs, 5G is really going to bring a lot of that to life. And Samsung has been at the forefront of that, from the infrastructure part to the technology part and into the device part as well. So we know about 5G handheld devices coming to life, and Samsung's flagship model of that is the 5G Galaxy Fold, but we're also introducing 5G into a wide range of handheld products and other mobile devices that we can take a look at in another section in the Samsung City.
All right, well, let's go take a look at that right now.
Awesome.
So now we're standing in the 5G section. This is Amy with Samsung here. Now, in the last couple of years, we've really discussed with Samsung the effect of 5G and how it's going to have, or at least the effect on our lives everywhere we go in terms of traffic and automobiles, traffic lights and everything. You're surrounded by connectivity. Of course, what we're really waiting for is when can we hold 5G in our hands? I got a Samsung Galaxy right here in my pocket. It's not 5G yet, but we can now. I can upgrade this. I can go 5G right now.
Yes.
What are we looking at? What kind of devices does Samsung plan to offer this year?
Yeah, well, what's really fantastic about it, and like you've mentioned, is that Samsung really places consumers at the center of innovation, and 5G is really what that's all about. But with that, we have some really great devices. So we not only have the S10 and the Note 10 5G, we also have now our new mid-tier device, which is the A90 5G. So last year was about bringing the first 5G devices to market, and now we have it in a mid-tier range, allowing it to be more accessible for more consumers. And on top of that, we're actually bringing it in a new form factor, creating these new device categories with foldable 5G with our new Galaxy Fold 5G device.
Which looks like a fantastic phone right there.
It really is.
How's it doing now?
It's doing great, and we even have it on featured back here as well, so you can get your hands on it, see what are all the amazing features that go with the Fold, and people are really just enjoying the ability to have a phone that is also a tablet-like experience on the go. But even just the foldable factor has been really big for a lot of our consumers.
It really does give us an example of where we're headed, especially with foldable screens. We've been hoping to see this for the last 10 years.
Absolutely.
Since I believe it was Samsung was the first to bring a folding screen. It was just a prototype.
Exactly, yes. So we're all about the innovation, making something that's fun and special, and being able to have that in a form factor that somebody can hold and use as a regular mobile device, but also as a tablet. But with that 5G speed is going to be really special.
It's not going to be long before we see folding everything.
Everything.
Everything we
like
do. So I can't wait. This is really exciting. I can't wait to upgrade myself and get a taste of the 5G network, especially with Samsung. I've been using Samsung phones for quite a while now.
Yeah.
Never been disappointed. So it's really exciting to see how far along Samsung has come with 5G. It's not surprising all the same. And we look forward to hearing more.
Absolutely.
And definitely, Amy, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a great experience. If you want to stay on top of all the latest and greatest, or at least the gadgets we cover, remember to subscribe right here. Subscription button. Click it. You're going to want to. There's lots of videos, interviews, previews, all sorts of stuff. Button. Click it.